The Auxiliary of the National Rural Letter Carriers Association was organized on September 10th, 1924. So we'll be celebrating our 97th birthday. Mrs. Roy Clarence Tricker started us along with 77 other ladies in St. Paul, Minnesota. Our purpose is stated in our Constitution, which is to unite fraternally our members, to help create greater interest in rural mail service and association work, to cooperate with the National Rural Carriers Association to seek beneficial legislation. Currently, there are 33 family plan states in the association of the auxiliary, and we have 98,554 members, and a total membership of 1,113,322 belongs to all 50 states. The most important thing that the auxiliary does is provide support for our spouses. We have historically been known to write letters to people at the state and national level in the government to support and promote things that are occurring in our spouses' everyday life on the rural route. And we also help our juniors out, which we have an organization of those children and grandchildren of carriers. And it's really kind of a unique thing. I almost liken it to a family reunion. So when we have a convention, everybody gets together, we discuss the issues at hand, and then we just promote one another. We promote our husbands. A while back, there was the thing about 6-day delivery. They wanted to only do 5-day delivery. Well, we went to bat for our spouses and did everything we could to keep people abreast of what that was going on and so forth. And we just moved forward with that. There's a lot of things that when we go to national convention, they bring to the floor to discuss with us so that we know what's going on. And then we do our best to promote the betterment of our spouses and their jobs. Another thing that the auxiliary does is we have the president who sets a humanitarian project each year. And this year and last year, President Kai's humanitarian project is PERF, which is the Postal Employees Relief Fund. And through that, the monies that are raised, we give to people within the postal service who have lost their homes to either a natural disaster or a fire. And then we just help them rebuild their lives. Another thing that the auxiliary does is we have scholarships for our juniors and also for people in the workforce, such as the PNO scholarship, which stands for Past National Officers. And then there's the Francis and Lori Raymer scholarship that also helps those people in secondary education or those seeking more education along with the workforce. We just recently awarded 8 scholarships on August 17th for our juniors and those who entered. And we just continue to do that. We want the betterment of our people. We also have a essay contest and a poster contest for our juniors. And the president of the National Auxiliary sets the guidelines for those. And then our juniors submit their entries at the state level. And then they go on to the national level when we have a convention, and prizes are awarded for our juniors there. Sure, we're governed as a state. We're governed by the national constitution. And so, but each state is different. Through my travels, I've been to North Carolina. They have a huge auxiliary. And whereas in my state of Colorado, there were only 2 members for the very longest of times. And recently we had more members join, which is phenomenal. We strongly encourage those spouses to come and join us. Like I said earlier, our Constitution at the state level is governed basically by the Constitution at the national level. And the things that we do within our states are as different as each state is. So it's just real important that we follow the guidelines that are set forth and determined by the national level. Just your spouse has to pay their dues, and you have to be in good standing with that. That's about as simple as it gets. Absolutely, they can, and we encourage them to. I see more gentlemen involved at the national level. Our state is a very small auxiliary, and so we have occasionally one or two female or males join our group, but at the national level there are tons of men, and that's exciting for us. So we encourage the men to join us and help promote their spouses. And you need to become active so that you keep abreast of what's going on within your family's livelihood, and you can encourage your juniors, whether they be grandchildren or your children, to become active in the juniors and reap the benefits of that program as well.